Let's try to make something with UV resin. Today I'm going to be using this double-sided UV resin light from Let's Resin. It works amazing because it has lights on the top and the bottom. And you can use molds with UV resin as long as they're clear molds. And this lamp actually comes with an acrylic insert that you can work on. I decided not to use it, but you can totally use it if you want to. I decided not to. Up to you if you want to do it with this insert, or just do it how I'm going to do it in this video. Do it however you want to do it. But it comes with this little insert and you can insert it in and out of the UV lamp. So let's jump in and get started. All the products I'm using today are from Let's Resin. Discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount. I'm going to be using these adorable ornament molds and the UV lamp, of course, and their UV resin. I'm going to be using their colored UV resin, which comes in a set with 12 different colors. I'm going to be using pink, blue, and white today. So like I said, I just decided to not use that insert and work right on top of the UV lamp. I don't know, I just feel like the UV light can penetrate the mold easier and better if it's not on the acrylic insert. But try it if you want to, but I'm doing it this way. So I'm just going in around the perimeter of the mold with the blue UV resin, and I'm going to take a little toothpick and kind of guide it into the top of the ornament. So just to make sure that UV resin gets in there on both of the little ornaments that we're working on today. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pink. You do want to work a little bit quickly. The colors will start to move towards the center, just like with epoxy resin, but it doesn't move as fast, if that makes sense. Like typically when you pour epoxy into a mold, it's moving right away. This is kind of just like a slow move into the center, so you do have a little bit more time. But like I said, I went in with a toothpick and just went around the tops of the ornaments to make sure that UV resin got in there. And now I'm going to go in with the clear hard UV resin from Let's Resin. They have a few different types, so you want to make sure you get this one. It's called the hard type UV resin. And I'm just going to squirt that right into the center of the mold. And I was squeezing the bottle pretty hard when I did this, so I did end up with some air bubbles. So what I would recommend you to do is kind of hold the bottle upside down for a little bit, or place the bottle with the lid on upside down in a cup, so that way all the product has moved down to the nozzle area of the mold and you don't have to squeeze the bottle super hard, because squeezing the bottle will give you air bubbles. So I just poured that clear right into the center of the molds, almost filling them up to the top. I left a little bit of room because I knew we were going to add this white, and I'm just going in with the white and doing a little cinnamon roll swirl. We're going to be trying to make flowers with the UV resin today. If you guys have seen any of my previous videos, you know I love to make flower coasters with epoxy resin, so I had to try this with UV resin. Just taking my toothpick and drawing my flower petals. And when I do this, I like to think of a face of a clock. So I'll do 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Split the difference on each of those petals, making 8 flower petals total. And then I go in from the center and draw a line out to the perimeter of the mold on each 8 of those petals, and then do another little swirl in the center. Same thing on this one, doing 8 flower petals. Very easy to do this, and you could do this on a larger scale too. You can use any mold with UV resin and a UV resin lamp as long as the mold is clear. The light needs to be able to penetrate through that mold and cure the UV resin. And like I said, this lamp is amazing because it's double-sided, so it really works great for this. I'm going to let it cure for 5 minutes. And here we are, 5 minutes later. I was so excited to see how this was going to turn out because I had never tried this before, but I've been wanting to try it for so long. And it looked like it worked perfect. I was like, oh my gosh, it actually worked. I didn't know if the flowers would hold the details with the UV resin as it cured, and it ended up working out perfectly. And on this one, I did have a little air bubble at the top, so I should have paid more attention on that. So make sure you really pay attention when you're making these so you don't get air bubbles. You can see right here I had a little air bubble too, but that's okay. I just wanted to really try this and show you guys how good it works. And you can use one of those long barbecue grill lighters, and go over your UV resin to pop any bubbles. I did not because I could not find mine, but you can do that if you want to. And this one I think is my favorite because blue is like my favorite color of all time, but I absolutely love both of them. I think they turned out so pretty. Definitely give this a try, especially if you've been struggling to make the resin flowers with epoxy resin, because the UV resin is so easy to use. All you have to do is just pour it right out of the bottle. You don't have to do any mixing. It's just ready to go. And these ornament molds also come with a bunch of these little hangers, so it works out perfectly to make ornaments. And I also forgot to mention, when you have your UV lamp on, you want to make sure you move your bottles of UV resin away from the UV lamp. Even though the bottles are black, I have heard stories, people saying, that they forgot to move their bottle of UV resin and the lamp actually cured the UV resin inside the bottle. I personally haven't had that happen, but just to be on the safe side, move your bottles of UV resin away from the lamp while it's on. And you could also jazz these up with a cute little bow. This bow that I had is a little bit too big for these, I think, but you could make your own bow that's smaller, or look up little 1-inch bows on Amazon. I got these off Amazon. These are 2.5 inches, so they're a little bit too big for this, but you could add a little hot glue and make it really super cute, perfect for the holidays. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you give this a try. Definitely check out Let's Resin, and discount code NAPTIME will give you a discount. I got all the supplies I used in today's video from Let's Resin. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Naptime Creations, and let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye, guys.